At exactly 3:17 a.m., every light on Earth went out. Cars died in the middle of highways. Airplanes vanished from radar. Entire cities fell into darkness as people stared nervously at the night sky. Then came the sound, a deep metallic vibration so powerful it shook windows across the planet. And above New York City, the clouds began to split apart. A gigantic circular object slowly emerged from the storm. Blue lightning wrapped around its enormous body while rotating metal rings glowed beneath it like burning suns. The alien mothership was so massive it covered half the skyline. Millions watched in horror from streets, rooftops, and phone screens. Then every television channel suddenly changed. A strange symbol appeared on screen, followed by terrifying static. Emergency broadcasts interrupted across the world. Unknown object detected over North America. All military forces are on high alert. Panic exploded instantly. People screamed through crowded streets while military sirens echoed across Manhattan. Fighter jets roared into the sky from nearby bases as helicopters circled the massive object. Inside one of those jets sat Commander Ethan Cole, leader of the United Earth Defense Squadron. "Control, this is Reaper 1, Ethan said into his headset while gripping the controls tightly. "Target is directly above Manhattan, awaiting attack authorization." Static crackled. Then a voice answered, "Reaper 1, authorization granted." Ethan's eyes hardened. "Copy that." The squadron accelerated through the storm clouds toward the alien mothership. Rain hammered against the cockpit while lightning flashed across the dark sky. As Ethan got closer, he realized the ship was unlike anything humanity had ever imagined. Its surface looked alive. Gigantic glowing lines moved beneath black metal armor, like veins carrying energy through a living creature. Strange symbols pulsed across the hull while enormous rotating engines hummed with terrifying power. "Jesus," one pilot whispered over the radio. Suddenly, the mothership moved. A massive opening formed underneath it. Blue light gathered inside the center. Ethan's eyes widened. "Break away now!" But it was too late. A gigantic energy beam erupted from the ship and slammed into the city below. The explosion swallowed entire skyscrapers instantly. Fire rolled across Manhattan, while shockwaves shattered windows for miles. Screams filled the streets. The alien invasion had begun. "Attack formation," Ethan shouted. Human fighter jets launched missiles toward the mothership. Trails of smoke ripped through the sky before exploding against the alien armor. Nothing happened. Not a single scratch. Then hundreds of smaller alien ships suddenly poured from beneath the mothership like a swarm of deadly insects. Sleek black aircraft zigzagged through the clouds with impossible speed. "They're moving too fast," another pilot yelled. Alien drones opened fire. Bright blue plasma blasts tore through human jets one by one. Explosions lit the stormy sky, while burning aircraft crashed into buildings below. Ethan pulled hard on the controls as enemy fire barely missed his wing. Warning alarms screamed inside his cockpit. Missile lock detected. He flipped the fighter upside down and shot between collapsing skyscrapers while alien ships chased him through the smoke. Behind him, one of Earth's jets exploded into flames. "No! Jackson!" Ethan shouted. But there was nothing he could do. The invasion spread worldwide within hours. Massive motherships appeared over London, Tokyo, Dubai, Moscow, and Los Angeles. Entire military bases vanished beneath alien bombardments. Tanks melted under blue plasma fire. Navies disappeared beneath oceans boiling from energy strikes. Humanity was losing. Fast. Inside an underground military bunker beneath Washington, D.C., world leaders watched the destruction unfold across giant screens. "We can't stop them," one general whispered. "They're wiping us out, city by city." Then a scientist stepped forward, Dr. Elena Reyes. We may have found something, she said nervously. The room turned silent. Elena placed alien symbols onto the main screen. Our satellites intercepted repeating energy patterns from the motherships. These symbols may represent a power system or a weakness. The president stared at her. You're saying they can be destroyed? Elena hesitated. I'm saying they're not invincible. Meanwhile, Ethan crash-landed his damaged fighter near the ruins of Times Square. Smoke filled the air while buildings burned around him. Civilians ran screaming through destroyed streets as alien drones searched the area overhead. Ethan grabbed his rifle and stepped from the wreckage. The city looked like hell. Bodies covered the streets. Emergency vehicles burned upside down. Giant alien machines marched through Manhattan while scanning survivors with red lights. Suddenly, Ethan heard crying nearby. A little girl hid beneath a destroyed taxi. Please help me, she whispered. Ethan rushed toward her just as alien drones descended from above. Their glowing red eyes locked onto them. Oh no! The drones attacked instantly. Ethan opened fire while pulling the little girl behind cover. Bullets sparked against alien metal as plasma blasts ripped apart nearby cars. One drone moved closer. Its mechanical body unfolded like a spider preparing to strike. Ethan's rifle clicked empty. The creature raised its weapon. Boom! A rocket slammed into the drone, blowing it apart. Ethan turned to see armored resistance fighters emerging through the smoke. Leading them was a woman wearing tactical combat gear and carrying a plasma launcher. You want to survive? She shouted. Then move! Ethan grabbed the little girl as explosions erupted around them. The resistance team guided survivors into underground subway tunnels beneath the city. Inside the tunnels, hundreds of frightened civilians hid beneath emergency lights while distant explosions shook the walls. The woman approached Ethan. I'm Captain Maya Kane, she said. Former Special Forces. Ethan nodded. Commander Ethan Cole. Maya's eyes widened slightly. The pilot from the defense squadron. Yeah, Ethan replied bitterly. One of the few left. A loud rumble shook the tunnel. Dust fell from the ceiling. Then every light suddenly flickered red. An emergency alarm echoed underground. Warning, unknown, life forms detected. People froze in terror. Ethan slowly looked into the darkness of the tunnel ahead. Something was moving down there, something big. Then glowing blue eyes appeared in the shadows, and the screaming started. The underground tunnel exploded into chaos. Terrified civilians ran in every direction as massive alien creatures emerged from the darkness. Their bodies looked like a horrifying fusion of machine and flesh, covered in black armor with glowing blue veins pulsing beneath their skin. Razor-sharp claws scraped against the subway tracks while their mechanical jaws opened with metallic shrieks. One creature lunged forward and grabbed a screaming man before dragging him into the shadows. Blood splattered across the tunnel wall. "Open fire!" Maya shouted. Resistance fighters unleashed bullets and plasma rounds while Ethan pushed civilians behind overturned train cars. The tunnel filled with gunfire, smoke, and screams. But the creatures kept coming. They moved unnaturally fast, crawling along walls and ceilings like giant predators hunting trapped prey. One dropped directly onto a resistance soldier, crushing his chest before tearing through his armor. Ethan grabbed a fallen plasma rifle and fired into the monster's glowing neck. Blue energy exploded from the wound as the creature collapsed, twitching onto the tracks. "They're vulnerable in the neck," Ethan yelled. The resistance fighters adjusted their aim. One by one, the creatures fell. Finally, silence returned to the tunnel except for distant explosions shaking the city above. Dozens of civilians were dead. Maya looked at Ethan grimly. "Those things weren't random scouts." Ethan nodded slowly. "They were hunting us." Suddenly, emergency radios crackled alive. "All remaining forces, Retreat immediately, a desperate voice transmitted through static. The mothership above New York is opening again. Repeat, it's opening again. The tunnel rumbled violently. Dust poured from the ceiling. Then came the sound. A deep alien roar echoed across the underground system like something enormous awakening beneath the earth itself. Everyone froze. Even the children stopped crying. Ethan looked upward nervously. What the hell is that? Far above them, the alien mothership hovered directly over Manhattan while rotating rings spun faster around its core. Blue lightning spiraled through the clouds as energy gathered beneath the giant ship. Across the world, every remaining satellite focused on New York, because something colossal was descending from the mothership. At first, people thought it was another ship. Then it moved. A gigantic humanoid creature slowly emerged from the center of the mothership. The monster was larger than skyscrapers, covered in black metallic armor with glowing blue energy burning beneath its body. Its eyes opened. Entire city blocks trembled instantly. The Titan had arrived. Panic swept across every military command center on Earth. "No weapon we have can stop that thing," a general whispered in horror. The Titan stepped onto the streets of Manhattan. Cars flipped into the air from the impact alone. Then it attacked. A massive beam erupted from the creature's chest, vaporizing entire buildings instantly. Firestorms spread across the city while military helicopters exploded around it like insects. Inside the tunnel, Ethan listened to the destruction above. "We can't stay down here," he said. Maya looked shocked. "Are you insane? That thing is destroying the entire city." "And if nobody stops it," Ethan replied coldly, "there won't be a city left." Before Maya could answer, Dr. Elena Reyes suddenly appeared from deeper inside the tunnel, escorted by soldiers. Ethan stared in disbelief. "Elena?" She looked exhausted and covered in ash. "Ethan, thank God you're alive." Maya frowned. "You know each other?" "We used to work together before the invasion," Elena answered quickly. She opened a portable holographic device displaying alien symbols and energy readings. "I found their weakness," she said. Everyone gathered around. The Titan and the mothership are connected through an energy core hidden inside its chest. If the core overloads, the connection collapses. Ethan studied the hologram carefully. "How do we reach it?" Elena hesitated. "You don't." Silence filled the tunnel. "That thing's shield is too powerful. No missile can penetrate it." Maya crossed her arms. "Then we're dead." But Ethan's eyes narrowed. "Not necessarily." He pointed toward an old subway maintenance map hanging nearby. "These tunnels connect directly beneath Times Square." Elena suddenly understood. "You're planning to attack it from below?" Ethan nodded. "If we can reach the Titan underneath the streets, we might bypass the shield." Maya stared at him like he'd lost his mind. "That's a suicide mission." "Probably," Ethan admitted. Another violent explosion shook the tunnel. The Titan's roar echoed again. Then Ethan loaded fresh ammunition into his rifle and looked toward the dark tunnels ahead. "But it's the only chance humanity has left."